I don't know if you fat, obese, chubby, or skinny. Do these people not know my stats? These bots done got to your mother fat heads. You're not an icon.
I can't believe it.
You're extra, you're loud, you're unapologetic. Well, thank you.
You are a yodeling fool who needs auto-tune.
This Nicki-SZA beef has gotten out of control. Nicki launched a series of explosive attacks against SZA, accusing her of sabotage and throwing in a slew of personal jabs that had fans stunned. According to Nicki, the drama started with SZA's former manager, who Nicki claims attempted to sabotage her career behind the scenes. And get this, Nicki took things alarmingly personal, body-shaming SZA and even going as far as to mock her voice, saying she sounds like a dead dog. And now even Drake is getting dragged into this mess. So guys, you better grab your mugs because I am about to spill the tea on the shocking way SZA found out Nicki was petty as hell. So grab your seats because you don't want to miss this drama.
Listen, Mizza, find you somebody to motherfucking play with, Mizza. Les Miserables. You already played with your own. We seen how that went. And you know I don't surgery shame or body shame. You know I don't even do that. But I don't know if you fat, obese, chubby, or skinny. The whole thing is, leave me the alone. Now, I don't know if this was before or after Freckles and Bumbleina came out. However, you took to your Twitter during those times to downgrade and downplay the top black women in their respective fields at the time. So that tells me a lot about you.
Now what started as a cryptic tweet from a label executive has now spiraled into a full-blown feud between two of the biggest names in music, and it's playing out in real time, tweet by tweet. The drama ignited on July 15th when Punch, president of Top Dog Entertainment, TDE, SZA's label, tweeted about a track titled Broken Barbies. The post seemed innocent enough to outsiders, but fans instantly clocked it as a potential subtle shot at Nicki Minaj, whose fanbase proudly calls themselves Barbs. Nicki, known for never letting a slight go unanswered, took the tweet very personally. She wasted no time firing back, unleashing a series of pointed tweets aimed not just at Punch, but indirectly at SZA as well. In her posts, Nicki referenced alleged bullying, manipulation behind the scenes, and past grievances involving the TDE camp. Lol, you'll remember that man from TDE who kept bullying me on Twitter for no reason? We have the receipts. LOL, I never even responded to him. What was his name again, y'all? I'm going to give him a nickname. I'ma call him minus 30 million from now on. Now, even though she didn't initially name SZA, the implication was clear and the shade only escalated from there. Nicki then crossed a controversial line, reportedly body-shaming SZA and going as far as to mock her voice, calling it dead dog-like. Guys, the comments drew immediate backlash from fans and critics alike, with many calling Nicki out for dragging the feud into personal, unnecessary territory. Now, SZA, for her part, didn't jump into the mud. Instead, she let her numbers do the talking. She subtly responded by highlighting her chart-topping success, sharing streaming milestones and sales figures that reminded everyone just how dominant she is in the current music landscape. Her message was clear. I don't give a fuck about none of that weird shit you popping. But this public spat wasn't just about hurt feelings or a petty tweet. It was tapping into deeper tensions in the industry. Nicki has long voiced frustration over being disrespected by male executives, and many believe her anger toward Punch stems from years of feeling targeted and minimized. On the flip side, SZA's involvement, intentional or not, put her in the crosshairs of a superstar with a fiercely loyal fan base. Anyway, after hours of tweeting, Nicki took the drama beyond Twitter, hopping on her station head platform to double down on her frustrations. She accused SZA of being a pawn in a larger industry game, suggesting the singer is being used to antagonize her. Nicki even went as far as questioning SZA's credibility, talent, and impact, saying she's not a true force in the music industry. One tweet in particular lit social media on fire. Nicki wrote, "Wait, does SZA think she's more successful than me? Lol, y'all catch me up, plows. SZA, if every song you've ever done vanished right now, the music business wouldn't even miss you. I've been to countries that never heard of you. I know you're not that stupid, are you? Stadiums, Did you look at the venues I played on my own headlined festival tour out of the country last year? Bitch, have you ever headlined to 80,000 people? Bitch, what have you ever done besides yodel with auto-tune that needed retuning?
So instead of you coming on Twitter to give props to the top black women in your field at that time, to the women who you later worked with, so I guess they weren't that bad after all, huh?
Guys, it was a direct, brutal shot, comparing legacies, minimizing SZA's impact, and basically erasing her success altogether. For an artist like Nicki, who spent over a decade cementing her place as a rap icon, the tone wasn't surprising, but it was nuclear. Meanwhile, SZA, who's currently in the middle of a sold-out stadium tour, chose not to get in the mud, but she did respond. Posting to social media, she made her stance clear. I get bullied by millions online every day, then step my ass out on a packed stadium tour where PPL show me real love. In real life, my parents are healthy and I'm the most successful I ever been. Get some fucking perspective and bark at the wall. SZA's response struck a chord with fans and industry voices who are increasingly exhausted by public takedowns, especially between successful black female artists. Many are calling this feud unnecessary, hurtful, and rooted in deeper industry toxicity that pits women against each other. Just take a look at these comments from fans who were left shocked by Nicki's behavior. Nicki seems to go after all of the other black female singers. Disgusting behavior, from Nicki calling any woman ugly. All SZA does is talk about health, kindness, God, love, and nature. Imagine beefing with someone like that.
You were just one of the kids that couldn't get in the crowd, at the in crowd, huh? You went and started drawing freckles on your motherfucking face. But do these people not know my stats? Like, does this woman think, like, on any day, that if me and her walked in the room, in any country, in the world, these bots done got to your motherfucking fat heads, I see. Y'all don't even know who's a motherfucking superstar and icon anymore, huh, SZA? SZA, you're not an icon. You are a yodeling fool who needs auto-tune, who done dissed every female entertainer based off of, the screenshots. Take your yodeling ass on somewhere else. But ultimately, this is not that serious, you guys, okay?
Now here's where things got really messy. In one particularly heated tweet, Nicki wrote, "I wonder if she know I turned down being on the Shake That Ass for Drake song. He wanted me and Sex on it. I still have the version of just Drake and Sexy. I said I want to wait for Pink Friday 2 for me and him to do a Dricky song so it felt more special." She then added fuel to the fire with a not-so-subtle jab at SZA's rumoured past with Drake. And now that silly goose still out here shaking that up for Drake every day, after swallowing his balls, allegedly. SZA, give it up. Yes, she actually typed that. Nicki not only dragged SZA's alleged history with Drake, who once admitted to briefly dating SZA back in 2009 on 21 Savage's Mr. Right Now, but also implied that SZA is compromising herself for clout or approval within the industry. It was a vicious, deeply personal swipe, and it landed like a grenade in the fandom trenches. But Nicki wasn't done. She went further, dragging Beyoncé into the mix with a resurfaced anecdote about their 2014 hit, Feeling Myself. Nicki alleged that both she and Beyoncé hesitated to record the line, "Cooking up the bass looking like a kilo," a line SZA is reportedly credited with co-writing. While she didn't accuse Beyoncé directly of anything, the subtext was heavy, that SZA was a behind-the-scenes contributor who's now overstepping her lane. Now, Nicki believes SZA has benefited from proximity to bigger artists while painting herself as a solo force, and that, to Nicki, is inauthentic. Fans were stunned. SZA stans came to her defense, slamming Nicki for slinging personal insults and dragging others, including Beyoncé and Drake, into the drama. Meanwhile, the Barbs doubled down, defending Nicki and arguing that she's calling out what they see as hypocrisy and inflated ego on SZA's part. The result? A full-scale fandom war is now raging across Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, with industry insiders reportedly watching with horror and fascination. The feud between Nicki Minaj and SZA is rapidly evolving from a celebrity dust-up into a reflection of the broader pressures facing women in the music industry, particularly in the high-stakes world of hip-hop and R&B. Beneath the public jabs and viral tweets lies a deeper, more systemic issue: the ongoing challenge of navigating success, longevity, and visibility as a female artist in a space historically dominated by men. Nicki Minaj's fierce defense of her legacy and her sometimes combative stance toward younger female artists can't be viewed in a vacuum. As one of the few women in rap to reach the top and stay there for over a decade, Nicki has been forced to fight tooth and nail to protect her status, often in an industry that offers little room for multiple women at the top. Her repeated clashes with figures like Cardi B, Lotto, Megan Thee Stallion, and now SZA suggest a pattern, but not necessarily one rooted in personal malice. It may be more about survival in a system that has conditioned artists to believe there can only be one queen at a time. You see, Nicki's aggressive response to perceived slights, from a vague tweet by Punch to SZA's recent chart success, reflects the high expectations placed on women to not only maintain dominance, but to also defend it loudly. In a male-dominated genre where longevity is rare for women, Nicki's sharp elbows could be seen as a reaction to the pressure of constantly proving her worth, even after more than a decade of cultural relevance. Meanwhile, SZA's response signals a generational and stylistic shift. Rather than engaging in tit-for-tat diss posts, she's leaned into a narrative of emotional maturity, emphasizing her sold-out tour, her peace of mind, and her family's health. It's a move that speaks to her desire to rise above the noise, and also a subtle challenge to the industry's outdated ideas of female competitiveness. What's clear is this: the feud is about more than two women throwing shade. It's about how the industry still pits women against each other, how fans fuel that competition, and how difficult it is for female artists to simply exist in the spotlight without being forced to defend their seat at the table. This feud might eventually fizzle out, but the conversation it sparked about respect, legacy, and female rivalry in music, that's just getting started. So, what do you think about this drama? Let me know your opinions in the comments. And don't forget to check out our other stories. Celeb till next time. Bye.